This morning in Minneapolis, a man went out to observe ICE, to keep an eye on these fascist foot soldiers that are going around snatching people up. He armed himself, as is his right. He was licensed to carry. And it is very common for people going to protests to not carry their ID. It's often encouraged because you can't, fudge up charges if you don't know who that person is. Now, this man was filming when he was confronted. He had his phone in his hand. Not a gun, phone. And he got pepper sprayed, as well as two other protesters in the area. They were also being pepper sprayed. A woman was pushed down after she was pepper sprayed, and he bent over to shield her, and he reached back to, hold back someone else. And he was a nurse, and he worked at the VA. He understood some serious situations and how these things can go down, and he decided to take initiative. And as he turned, the agents surrounded him and threw him to the ground, most likely one of them seeing his firearm. The agent in gray removes the firearm as he's being thrown to the ground. Moments later, an unarmed man, pinned to the ground, is shot 9 times to death. At what point does this stop? At what point do the people who worship the cheap made-in-China red hat stop believing when this administration lies about events that we can see with our own 2 eyes? Alex was killed. Renee was killed. Keith was killed. Silverio was killed. And anywhere between 35 to 40 others have been killed in ICE custody. At what point do we start caring about human beings? At what point do we start caring about the dignity and rights of human beings? It's not enough to abolish ICE. That goes without saying. It needs to be dismantled bit by bit. And everyone responsible, from the highest to the foot soldiers themselves, need to be charged. Thrown in the prison, thrown under the prison. Because the American people are sick of this shit. People who are patriotic, people who love the country they're in, people who wake up every day, they do what they gotta do just to get through another day. They greet their friends and family and neighbors with a smile. They roll their eyes when that person they don't like approaches. They hate waiting in line to get their coffee. They hate traffic. They laugh at the TV show. They go to the movies. They fall in love. Human beings. Not documented versus undocumented, just human beings. We're all human beings. But the demonization of these migrant communities is ignoring that fact. Because it's easier to control a population if you're able to think that those frivolous labels define a person more than the first one, which is human being. They want to reduce the position in society for people that aren't the way they want, so that it's easier to get rid of them. It's easier to mistreat them. But they misunderstood something. They miscalculated because they didn't anticipate that Americans are willing to stand up for each other. They didn't anticipate that Americans are willing to put themselves on the line. And we are. Many of us are. More than you may be comfortable with recognizing. So a warning to you, the orange golden god of your fucking fascist cult. The actual patriots will stand in your way. We will take a bullet if we have to. Come midterms, you're gone. Come midterms, you and your whole administration are in line for the Nuremberg 2.0. 86-47. Just a casual reminder. Have a nice day.